I know you, I can feel you with the green of soul. It's more than empty dreams and promises. It's not infecting me no more. When all I say to you is dead and gone, you won't be feeling me no more. I know you, I can feel you with the green of souls. When you're not looking at me, I feel so slow. When all those dreams of all our memories, there's not be alone at one. And thoughts of you just bring me down inside. I sing it with the green of souls. I know you, I can feel you with the green of souls. When you're not looking at me, I feel so slow. Get your hands up! It's more than empty dreams and promises.
It's good to have you today.
I'm happy to be
A
here.
little bit other than different than just playing some music, you know what I mean?
Happy to be here talking to my friend.
All right, you guys, welcome to the listening room today. I am your host. My name is Eddie Booze, and today my guest is a multi-instrumentalist, a songwriter and performer, as well as an educator for many years at Polytechnic High School in Long Beach, California.
30.
My guest also plays in some of SoCal's most booked acts, including Sligo Rags and Flogging Seagulls, performing residencies at Disneyland, festival circuits, and more. His songwriting is very string-oriented, filled with very distinct melodies, riffs, and banjo playing that has to be heard to be appreciated. Dave is among the best at reading a group or an artist and finding the best accompaniment for the piece being played. Dave is also exemplary at vocal melodies and is a rock when it comes to finding and executing phenomenal harmonies in real time. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the talent of my guest, and I'm glad to have him on today. Please welcome Mr. Dave Burns. How are you?
Well, that's a lot to live up to.
Well,
I didn't even know I could do all that.
well, I don't think I'm creating any voids by saying that. I don't think you need to fill any voids here. I think what I said was flat across the board true. I personally appreciate your talent and where you are musically and what you're able to do and what you're able to bring to pretty much every project that I've heard you play with. So I personally appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And I should mention that it's been a joy. I've known Eddie for about 2 years now and got a chance to play with you on numerous occasions. And it's been a joy, and it's introduced me to a whole new world. And what I love about this was, Eddie, of course, comes from the punk rock scene. And I never really had any connection with punk rock before. And you always kind of think that these guys are so angry and mean, and yet when I talk to Eddie, he's like the nicest guy I've ever known.
You know what? Give me 1 second here. I'm getting a sound issue. All right, hold on 1 second here. Let's go ahead and let me try and do something real quick here. Let me figure out what's going on.
Sounds good.
What is
I'll
happening?
just sit here and look pretty.
Every time, it's like I'll go through like 3 or 4 shows, and then my computer will do something wonky, and it will not want me to do some of the things that it should be doing.
Well, I was sounding very godlike there for a moment.
Right. There was something going. Right. There was definitely something going on.
I was like speaking to my minions from
Right.
my high point.
Right.
Sounds good now. Are we good now?
I think we're good now for the moment. We're gonna kind of ride this out for a minute. If I need to do any particular fixes, I might go ahead and do that during the show as we move forward here. But yeah, I appreciate what you're saying, man. I appreciate what you're saying. You know, and it's always fun to play with you, brother.
Yeah, but Eddie is taking this punk rock thing, and he likes doing these songs Americana style, and it's just been. It's been such a kick and such a blast. But I mean, you're the second person. You're one of two.
All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. Here we go. Jake.
There we go.
All right, now let me do something real quick here. Let me open this up. All right, check 1 2.
1 2. Sounds like me.
All right, for now, that's working.
Okay.
And I'm always wondering what's going on with that. Every once in a while, I get a little bit of that, you know. Sometimes I have to do some fixing here in the middle of the show, but all right, let's do it. Let's continue on down the road. You know, I love playing those punk rock songs with you, and actually, like, bringing a banjo to the mix of some of those tunes has been some of the funnest, most interesting mixes that we've got to do, you know, in the past. And moving forward too, you know. So we play every Thursday night, and we do a little jam session right here on the channel around 8 o'clock. So if you guys go ahead and come on out to that, and then you'll get to see a little bit of this. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys one of the punk rock songs that Dave's talking about here. We just recently released a song on YouTube.
This was Thursday night, I think.
This was Thursday night, actually. This was last Thursday night. Here is Reach for the Sky from Social Distortion. All right, you guys just follow me.
All right.
Watch me for the changes. Try and keep up.
The kids are gonna love it.
1 2 1 2. Come on. When I was young, I was invincible. I found myself not thinking twice. Never thought about the future. It's just a roll of the dice. But the day may come where you got something to lose. Just when you think you're done being used, you say to yourself, dear God, what have I done? Hope it's not too late, 'cause tomorrow may never come. Reach for the sky, 'cause tomorrow may never come. Reach for the sky, 'cause tomorrow may never come. Yesterday is history, and tomorrow's a mystery. But being here right now, it's all about you and me. You can run, you can hide, just like Bonnie and Clyde. Reach for the sky, ain't never gonna die. Thank the Lord for the love that I have found. Hold you tight, 'cause tomorrow may never come. Reach for the sky, 'cause tomorrow may never come. Reach for the sky, 'cause tomorrow may never come. If you please take this moment, try if you can make it last. Don't you think about the future and just forget about the past and make it last. Reach for the sky, 'cause tomorrow may never come. Reach for the sky, 'cause tomorrow may never come.
I hope it sounded good. I couldn't hear the distortion, but I'm assuming it came through good.
Yeah, no, that was super fun.
It was just one of those kind of magic moments that sometimes occur when you're just sort of playing together.
Right, exactly.
What's so funny about that was I had no idea that he was playing that solo through that pedal when he played it.
Right.
So we went outside and we listened to the mix.
Right, and you had no idea.
I thought you were listening to a different group.
Right.
that was Crumb's Brian May setting. On his
Right, exactly. Ukulele, exactly. Miguel says, "What's up? Missed the last two streams. My baby was born Thursday. Now we are enjoying music together at home. Congratulations, Miguel. That is super rad. Glad to have you tonight. Hope you're enjoying your brand new addition to the family, my brother. That is too awesome, dude.
That's your first? Let us know.
Congratulations, brother. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, that's cool, man. All right, yeah, dude, that's cool. So yeah, Dave. So you play in all kinds of projects in Southern California here.
I do,
and
although not so much lately.
Right, right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much you and me. That's about it.
We've been doing this. We've been doing the damn thing on Thursdays, you know. So let's back up a little bit and let's just real quick. Let's just touch on a little gratitude. That's how I like to kind of start my show. I don't really want to abandon it today. So today I'm grateful for my one wheel. I got to ride the one wheel a lot this weekend. You know, and I appreciate it. You know, always being on the one wheel, and it gives me, you know, helps put me in a flow state and just appreciate life that much more when I can ride around and just kind of see the beauty. So yeah, so little one wheeling, appreciate it, very grateful for it, and grateful for what it allows me in my life. So why don't you tell me one thing you're grateful for today, Dave?
How about going with the old cliche, my children?
There you go, my man. I love it, dude.
I got an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old, and they're both just great, and I love spending time with both of them. And
that's cool.
They've grown up to be stellar adults.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. And one of your children is a stellar musician, from what I've heard as well.
He's quite the jazz man, and he's at the University of North Texas studying jazz studies, one of the best jazz schools in the country. And he's
very cool.
An outstanding musician.
And he plays
sax, mostly alto sax.
Alto sax,
but does
mostly
tenor also, soprano, and a little bit of flute and clarinet too.
So we should be looking out for him as a little, you know, a couple of years go by and he, as you know, graduates and stuff. We should be looking out for him, see what he's doing, huh?
I'm looking out for him already.
I bet you are. Yeah, that's right. Miguel says, yeah, it's his first. He says they're having a blast. Thanks.
It'll change your life like nothing else, but all for the better.
I hear you, my brother. I hear you. Jesse, great to see you in the house. Mom, wonderful to see you. Ray, everybody watching tonight, it's always great to have you guys. So, Dave, speaking of children, you were an educator for 30 years at Pauley High School in right here in Long Beach. I believe that's where my mom went, actually.
Right? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I believe she graduated from Pauley herself, actually.
I won't ask her what year.
Right.
But yeah, I taught advanced placement psychology at Pauley for many, many years. and I actually did retire for real, but I retired at a very young age, just young enough to do it. I had a band that was working at Disneyland at the time. I was definitely tired of teaching. I loved it for a long time, but I knew that my time had come to leave the profession.
I gotcha. Okay. So, and when you did leave, what band was playing at Disneyland?
That was Sligo Rags. That's
So we're gonna show you guys some stuff from Sligo Rags as well. My mom said 1970. She graduated from Poly in 70.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I wasn't there then. Thank God.
She said, "I'm old." No, you're not, Mom.
This guy's pretty old, but
No, you're good.
what is okay. Yeah, Sligo Rags is a band that Michael Kelly, a fiddler, and I put together some 17 years ago. And just sort of worked our way up the ranks, from the pubs to the festivals to the concerts, and
nice.
Ultimately, we got ourselves a contract to play at Disneyland.
What was that like? And how long did your tenure at Disneyland last? Actually,
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
We could sort of when the end was near, we saw the writing on the wall.
Right.
But
so what was the frequency of something like that? Like how often were you playing there?
2 or 3 days a week.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Full days. Yeah.
Wow.
And, the pay was very nice, and the nice part about our Disneyland experience is that we were hired as a band. We weren't hired as individual musicians.
Cool.
We weren't hired to play any specific show. We were hired to showcase our band for the benefit of Disney. And so we got to do pretty much whatever we wanted,
which was cool.
And we didn't have to play the same thing over and over.
Now I've seen some of your live performances on YouTube, and you guys can actually find all of those on YouTube here. You can find Sligo Rags live performances on YouTube all over the place, and some of their shows at Disneyland as well that were taped as well. You can find those there.
Right.
So that's super cool.
And we do have a YouTube channel specifically for Sligo Rags. It's just that the one that we were looking for earlier today didn't have the stuff that I wanted to put up there.
Gotcha.
But there is one.
I gotcha. So check this out. So Jesse, I see you down there, you say your daughter plays violin, trying to get her to play punk rock with you. I love that, by the way. And you've seen Bobby K.
For sure.
You know Bobby can do the damn thing with me. So check this out. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have Bobby notate out like 1 or 2 punk rock tunes, like easy punk rock tunes, and I'm gonna send them to you. So send me a message or email me at boostproductions@yahoo.com or on Instagram or something like that, and we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and throw you some stuff, but
your mom says she still got it going.
That's funny.
Just like Tracy's mom.
There you go.
I'm sure she does.
That's awesome. You guys are great. All right, so Dave, so Sligo Rags is what kind of music?
It's a very good question. At its core, it's Celtic.
Okay.
Music from Ireland, Scotland, the UK. We, however, as individual musicians, come from all different places.
Sure.
I come from bluegrass.
Gotcha.
Mike,
which I love.
Yeah, great. Me too.
Which is how we actually connected.
That's exactly right. At a bluegrass jam, which happened to be here.
Right.
Mike
in this very room.
Came from country music. Our percussionist, mostly Afro-Cuban, South American kind of rhythm.
Dig it.
And bass player who can play pretty much anything. And so we've just sort of taken all of those diverse elements and used them to perform Irish, Scottish songs.
Gotcha.
And a fair number of our own songs also.
Right.
Which we tried to make sound Irish or Scottish.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I like it.
So we call it a Celtic bluegrass mix.
Okay.
Essentially, I guess that would be the best way to sort of capsulize it.
Originals, covers, mix of the two?
Mix of the two. A lot of the tunes that you get in this field are original. I mean, traditional. They're like 200-300 years old.
Sure.
They've been played, over and over and again through the ages, and you can adapt them to whatever sound that you want. And so we take a lot of old songs and adapt them to our own sound. There's a certain number of covers, Waterboys covers, Pogues covers. But more likely it's we kind of lead toward the traditional side. But we did have to start writing songs at some point. We knew we were going to need to get out there and do some original music.
Sure.
So about 3 or 4 years into the project, we started writing some songs, and one of them did quite well, and that one was called "The Whiskey Never Lies." And
I dig that song, and we're going to show that to you guys in a little bit here, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, why don't we go ahead and show you guys? Why don't we go ahead and show you guys that video? Okay, Jesse, check it out. So the chords to that song are G, C, and D.
Which song is that?
Story of My Life. He says, do the social D, Story of My Life. So I'm going to have Bobby tab out some, or notate out some violin music for your daughter, some easy violin music, and you guys can jam out Story of My Life together. So that should be chill. All right. And then, so Dave, why don't we go ahead and show them Whiskey Never Lies?
That sounds good. And I'll talk about it a little bit after you've heard it.
Yeah, we're talking about it now.
All right, you guys just follow.
Show them. All right, let's take that one off since we're not going to be watching that one.
That one was good.
All right, so you want to preface this a little bit before we put it on, before they hear it?
Well, it's a fun song. It's kind of a silly song. We had a lot of fun recording it, as you'll hear. We did a lot of layering of vocals and instruments and things like that. At its core, it's kind of silly. I wrote it for the humor of it. And believe it or not, I won a songwriting award for this particular song. It's the only song I ever wrote.
Dig it.
Yeah, it's nationwide. I didn't win first, second, or third place, but I did get an honorable mention. And so I got to put the little emblem, the Great American Song Contest or whatever it was, on my website. And that's something I'm very, very proud of.
Sure.
Not just the writing, but the way we produced it also.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Well, let's take a listen here. Let's take a quick listen to The Whiskey Never Lies.
When the bottle's empty, I can see through your disguise. So you better mind your tongue, because the whiskey never lies.
Said I was the one for you, I saw it in your eyes. Your knight in armor shining bright, all others you despise. But when you'd had a shot or two, you told me otherwise. And that's when it occurred to me, the whiskey never lies. You said you had it bad for me, you'd take me to the moon. You said no other move, you saw no other me, just moon. But when the drink was in your blood, you sang another tune. And that was when I learned the truth, the whiskey never lies, it never lies. The whiskey never lies, it never lies. The whiskey never lies. When the bottle's empty, I can see through your disguise. So you better mind your tongue, because the whiskey never lies. You said you saw something in me, a diamond in the rough. You saw a rose amid the thorns, and that should be enough. But when you'd had the Jamesons, you said some other stuff. And now I've heard the gospel true, the whiskey never lies, it never lies. The whiskey never lies, it never lies. The whiskey never lies. Don't you go and try to pull the wool over my eyes. You better mind your tongue, because the whiskey never lies. Because the whiskey never lies.
Excellent tune.
Thank you. Yeah, that song has actually been covered by a few other bands.
Really?
Every once in a while, I get a little royalty check for that one.
Oh, very cool.
Doesn't happen often, but and I get the inquiries. Is it okay if we record this song? And I always say, of course, it's okay.
Just give me the credit.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
I'm not really in it for the money, but the song is done pretty well. I mean, it hasn't made me a mint, but it's done pretty well.
That's awesome, brother.
The one thing I wanted to mention on that song, we had a lot of fun doing the vocals. There's a lot of counter melodies, and Mike and I were the only vocalists in the band at that time. But that last chorus has a lot of voices kind of jumping in and out.
Right.
I don't know if you notice that or not. And then it's got this one kind of
Right.
going over the top. And I was in the studio with the engineer. It was in Santa Ana, and I just came up with the idea for that note, but I couldn't sing it, and the engineer couldn't sing it. It was just too high. It just didn't work. But I knew Mike would be able to. So it was the middle of the night, so I called him up. I said, Mike, you got to come to the studio right now just to sing this one note.
Literally to sing one note.
Yeah, and I think I got him out of bed, but we just that was when we were there, and
That's kind of awesome, dude.
Yeah, so he came out, and he just sang that one. He just belted it, and it worked so well. I was really happy with that.
Awesome, dude. That's great, dude. BJ, dude, absolutely. That is a killer song, brother. Good to see you in the house tonight.
You can get that online, and just do a YouTube search or Google search for Sligo Rags, The Whiskey Never Lies.
Yeah.
You can listen to it whenever you want.
You could just download it, whenever.
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's
all yours.
That's a great tune. I love that tune. Let's go ahead and listen to another one, man.
Okay. What do you got? What do you got in the?
Let's go ahead and see.
Or should I pick?
All right. I'm gonna pick.
Uh-oh.
And I want to show them.
Another one of ours.
I think I'm gonna show them something live from you. Actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna show them. This one's called Heart something.
Oh, Heart of Grass is the name of the band.
Heart of Grass.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and preface this.
So Heart of Grass is a bluegrass band I used to play with.
Okay.
And we used to play at the Sawdust Festival back in the day.
Okay.
Back in Laguna Beach. We didn't do much else, but I had a really good time playing with the band, and we hardly ever played. And the Sligo Rags had started playing at this room in Altadena called the Coffee Gallery backstage, and we were playing there every couple of months, and good response, good audience. I thought it'd be fun if I could get my bluegrass band to go in there and do an opening set. So we did, and someone was there taking fairly decent video.
Okay.
And I liked the way it sounded. I used it to promote the band. The band really has played maybe twice since this recording.
Sure.
But it's just a traditional tune called Lost and I'll Never Find a Way. And it's me on the banjo.
Love it.
My friend Evan Anderson on mandolin. Bob Fitch, a very good guitar player, playing lead guitar. And then Eddie Hill, one of my best friends, also playing the doghouse bass.
Awesome. And so banjo is your main instrument, correct?
I'm hesitant to say that it's my first instrument. I really play much more guitar than I do banjo.
Oh, really?
Except that now, now that we're in this unique situation, it seems like I'm being called on to play the banjo a little bit more. But with Sligo Rags, it's really 90% guitar,
Sure.
10% banjo, and I'm not playing a lot of bluegrass. Flogging Seagulls, which we'll talk about, I do a lot of banjo in that. But I consider myself more a guitarist than a banjo player.
Gotcha.
Believe it or not.
Okay, really?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, I totally dig your guitar playing, and your flat picking skills are off the charts as well. So let's go ahead and check this song out. This is Heart of Grass.
Yeah, Lost and I'll Never Find the Way.
Lost and I'll Never Find a Way.
Live at the Coffee Gallery.
I'm wondering why you don't want to be lonesome, finding a way. Now you say it's best to be part, even though it breaks my heart. I'm lost and I'll never find a way. it's all over now. I'm living in this world all alone. Lonesome, finding their way. Well, you say it's best we part, even though it breaks my heart. I'm lost and I'll never find a way. I'm lost and I'll never find a way. Now you say it's best we part, even though it breaks my heart. I'm lost and I'll never find a way.
Good song, brother. Good playing, dude.
Yeah, it's just so much fun. So much fun.
Good banjo jamming, brother. That is very nice.
And that video is it's a good 10 years old now.
Okay, all right.
Not getting any younger.
So I've been getting a little bit of a couple of little banjo pointers from my my good friend Mr. Dave Burns over here.
Well, that's an interesting story too, isn't it?
What?
How you came to be getting banjo lessons from me.
Well, I have the footage of what we traded for banjo lessons, actually. So Dave is doing a lot of solo shows lately where he's playing guitar and singing, and he's
Not
doing...
lately.
Well, not lately, but before lately, right. He's been doing some shows, and so he's putting together some stuff for himself, and I ended up helping him put together a little promotional video for himself, a little demo video, if you will, of him playing some songs. And speaking of you playing the guitar, I believe that these songs have you playing the guitar and singing.
Yeah, because when I do a solo show, I'm not going to be playing.
It's banjo. The banjo and vocals is. I mean, it works. I mean, but I mean, it's not. I mean, 3-hour show. It's.
I think that would get a little old.
It can.
Just a plunk along.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, we got this done just in time for the lockdown to start. So.
All right.
I have not been able to use it yet.
All right, sounds good. So let's go ahead and check out the Dave Burns demo reel.
Uh-oh.
All right. Apparently they're not getting any sound on that. Actually,
that ain't good. Was I pretty enough to make it worthwhile?
Right. So let's go ahead and see if I can actually fix that issue. Actually, I'm not sure what that would be. Let me see here.
I was hearing it loud and clear.
Yes, I'm hearing it loudly too. Yeah, okay, it's definitely not giving us any volume. What is going on? All right, let me try something here. You know what? Let's watch a different one and while I try and figure out this problem.
Okay.
Here. All right, so we're going to watch
You tell me. I'll talk about it.
Everest.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's a good song. That's another song I wrote. And it's not that different from The Whiskey Never Lies. It seems like that the theme of discord with the lady in one's life seems to be a recurring theme in some of my music. Certainly The Whiskey Never Lies sort of alluded to that, and so does Everest to the Climber.
Sure.
And whatever, I'll just let you. Once again, it's a song that's fairly humorous, fun to play. It was definitely fun to record. I don't think we ever did it live, but every time I hear the recording we did, I think this is pretty darn good. So maybe you'll agree. Give it a shot.
I dig it. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead back to. Well, now, what was this one called again?
Everest to the Climber.
Everest to the Climber.
Yeah, because it's there.
There we go.
Why'd you take my booze away? I needed to get through the day. Now what to do for my nerves? For this I hadn't planned. And why'd you take the money I had saved to buy some more? She says, think Everest to the Climber, then you'll understand. Everest to the Climber. Seems she laid the cupboard bare. She took everything I had, and when I asked her why, she said, and when I asked her why, she said, because it was there. Why'd you take my home away? Was hoping to sleep there one day. Now I gotta find me a place to lay my head. And why'd you take my pride from me? Was all I had, my dignity. Take Everest to the Climber, and then you'll know, she said. Everest to the Climber. Sometimes life just isn't fair. She took all my heart and soul, and when I asked her why, she said, and when I asked her why, she said, because it was there. Taking everything, I wonder what tomorrow brings. Jump on an ocean liner and sail away for good. Now there's nothing left to take, I'm just a shell, so plan my way. It's Everest to the Climber, and it's understood. Everest to the clamor. Now I've nothing left to share. She took everything I had, and when I asked her why, she said, and when I asked her why, she said,
Excellent tune, Dave.
Thank you.
Clap, clap from Mike and Patty also out there.
Thank you. I should mention that I did play the mandolin on that one, too.
You did?
Yes.
Very cool. I dig it.
I haven't played a lot since then, but I remember honing up my chops for these last couple albums.
Nice.
That we did, because I knew I was going to want to play mandolin, and I play it, but not often.
Sure.
So I fall out of practice.
Yeah, I dig the mandolin, man. It's a really fun instrument to play, you know?
It's great. It really is.
Absolutely. All right, let me give a little shot to the new file I uploaded, and let me see if this works. Let me see if we get audio here.
Okay. If you don't, we just move on.
We're not getting audio. Oh, you know what? They might
be. It's empty in the valley of your heart. The sun, it rises slowly as you walk away from all the fears and all the faults you've left behind. The harvest left no food for you to eat. You cannibal, you meat eater, you see. But I have seen the same. I know the shame in your defeat. I will hold on hope, and I won't let you choke upon the noose around your neck. And I'll find strength in pain, and I will change my ways. I'll know my name as it's called again. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire. Ooh, I'm on fire. Tell me now, baby, is he good to you? Can he do for the things that I do? I can take you higher. I'm on fire. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel, where every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave them laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Well, yeah, I might have chased a couple women around, but all it ever got me was down. But then there were those who made me feel good, but never as good as I feel right now. Oh, you're the only one who's ever known how to make me wanna live like I wanna live now. I said, yeah, 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 yeah. The waiting is the hardest part. Every day you see one more card. You take it on faith, you take it to the heart. The waiting is the hardest part. Yeah, the waiting is the hardest part. Deputy Sheriff said to me, tell me what you come here for, boy. You better get your bags and flee. You in trouble, boy, and now you're heading into war. It's the same old story. Everywhere I go, I get slandered, libeled. I hear words I never heard in the Bible, and I'm one step ahead of the shoe shine, 2 steps away from the county line, just trying to keep the customer satisfied, satisfied. Whoa, whoa, and it's the same old story. Everywhere I go, I get slandered, libeled. I hear words I never heard in the Bible, and I'm so tired, and I'm oh so tired. I'm just trying to keep my customers satisfied, satisfied. Well, it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. Even you don't know by now. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. It'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'll be traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe, the light I never knowed. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe, I'm on the dark side of the road. Now I ain't saying you treated me unkind. You could have done better, but I don't mind. I guess you just sort of wasted my precious time. Don't think twice, it's alright. Don't think twice, it's alright. Don't think twice, it's alright.
Nice, brother. I love that. I love the way you do Don't Think Twice, dude.
It's pretty standard, I think. But
yeah, you sound great doing it.
Oh, you put together a killer video for me. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Awesome. Right.
Hope I get to use it someday.
Right. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I know you will, brother. I know that everything. You know, you'll be playing tons of shows here in no time, my man.
So Eddie and I were just having a conversation one day, and we were talking about the fact that I was getting out to do solo gigs, and I needed a demo video, and it occurred to me that he's got all the equipment to do that,
yeah,
and I've got all that would be required to teach him how to play the banjo.
That's right.
So why not just do a quick little exchange?
And I've been loving the lessons and kind of showing me how to work the tabs and stuff. And
it's a quick study, by the way.
I appreciate it, brother. I'm like, well, it's easy when you're excited about the instrument,
right?
When you're teach, because I teach as well. I teach guitar and martial arts, actually.
Ooh.
So
should have traded you for that instead, probably.
Indeed, when you're excited about what you're learning about,
mm-hmm,
it's so easy to absorb the information.
Yeah. Plus, you get lost in it when you're practicing. You lose track of time.
hours will go by, and just my fingers will be just.
And you feel the progress, and you just want
you totally, and you just want more of it. You want
that feeling to continue. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to get up first thing in the morning and pick it up and play a little before breakfast and the whole deal. I totally get it.
And it'll change your life.
When I went to visit my family out there in Oregon last time, I think it was in February, January.
I know about that trip.
Yeah, you do know about that trip. When I went out there, I didn't have a banjo, and I had to borrow one from someone 100 miles away from where my parents lived, who drove it out there, and I was able to play it for maybe 5 days out of the 10 days I was there, just so I'd have a banjo to play while I was there. It's funny. Like I always get fanatical about things that I'm super excited about, like that. Like banjo, I got really fanatical about it.
You're all in or all out.
One wheel, same way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna be anyway. So I totally understand, and I'm loving getting the information from you. I'm loving getting every little piece of everything. You know, we did All Fly Away on our last lesson. You know, so I've been practicing that and getting that down. So I'm super excited to jump on pretty soon and actually play on one of these Thursday jam sessions the banjo.
Oh, for sure, we'll hand it over to you one of these days.
Right, exactly.
But I'm damn good and ready.
Perfect.
I have to. Speaking of that trip to Oregon, I have to share something with the audience about, that they may not know about Eddie. Eddie, I drove you to the airport when you took that trip, and his goodbye to Daisy was just so heart-wrenching. He was so concerned about leaving Daisy, and I was going to be staying at the house for a couple of days.
I always am, you know.
I just made me cry, and so I wound up texting pictures of me and Daisy
to me while I was gone.
Every 10 minutes.
I loved it. Yeah, actually, every time I leave the house, even if I'm going to the liquor store, I'm always, I'm like, I'll be back in a little bit. You know?
It was very touching.
That's awesome, dude. I appreciate that, and I always miss Daisy when I'm gone. And getting those pictures really helped. So I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you taking good care of her while I was gone. That was really cool of you. So I'm gonna be. So let's go ahead and jump right into the next thing, Dave. It's really been great playing with you, man. It's really been great having you as a friend. I can't tell you how much I appreciate everything you've done for me, since we've known each other, and with me. We played a lot of shows together, and we've really bonded over music and a lot of other issues as well, and a lot of other things, so really can open up to you and talk to you, generally, and I really appreciate that about you, man. I just really appreciate who you are and what you have to offer the world.
Well, thank you. I feel the exact opposite about you.
I knew you did. You know what I mean? That's why I thought I'd lay it on extra thick.
We've definitely got a mutual admiration society.
We do. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just the way it is. But I appreciate that. But let's go ahead and check out another little video or a song from Dave. Okay, so this one is Foggy.
Oh, Foggy Dude. Let me tell you something about it. This is just a quick little video, but this is like the first. This is kind of a special video to me because it's us performing at the John Anson Ford Amphitheater about 14 years ago.
Okay.
But I'm really into flat picking guitar.
Yes.
And I had a subscription to this magazine called Flat Picking Guitar Magazine, and the guy that put that magazine together started a social network online, and I joined, and I had this video, and I put it up on the flat picking site just for the heck of it because it was me doing a lot of flat picking on the guitar. Next day, I heard from the editor of the magazine he wanted to do a piece on me.
Seriously,
yeah,
super cool.
Yeah, and so that's why this, even though it's a much younger version of me, much younger version of Mike, and the rhythm section is not the one that we have currently, but. It's the first YouTube video. YouTube was just really starting to take off then.
Sure.
The first one I put up that we watched over and over and over again. So here you go.
I love it, dude. All right, let's go ahead and check out. What's it called again?
It's called The Foggy Dew, but it's only like the last minute or so of it.
Here we go.
So that freedom's light might shine in the foggy dew. I rode again, but my heart with grief was sore. For I parted then with valiant men I never shall see no more. But to and fro in my dreams I go, and I kneel and pray there. For slavery fled our glorious dead when they fell into foggy dew. Oh, slavery fled our glorious dead when they fell into foggy dew.
I dig it, brother. I dig it.
Yeah, so thanks to that clip, we got a feature in a nationwide limited focus publication.
That was my fault.
Very cool,
Sorry,
brother.
Yeah.
Well, let's check out while we're over here. Let's go ahead and check out our version that we jammed out. This is just a live jam. Every Thursday we do a live jam session where we just kind of chill, we jam, we have fun, and a lot of the times we've never played the songs together, or we very rarely played them together. We're just jamming. You know what I'm saying? They're not rehearsed. They're not, let's do these harmonies, let's do this. It's just let's get together, let's play the songs in this key, let's go, let's rock, and have some fun.
That's right. Now, the foursome that we had that night, we'd never played together.
Correct.
I mean, I played with you, played with Crom.
Correct.
And I'd played with Jimmy, and so did you. And
right.
Never all four of us together. It worked very well.
It did. So here's us playing Tennessee 1949 by Larry Sparks. This video is actually on YouTube as of yesterday. 1, 2, 1, 2, come on. I wonder if it's raining in the mountains. I wonder how the old town looks today. If the church is there beside the river, would I go back and find where Mama lay? Does life still go to sleep just after sunset? The berry still as big as on the vine. Woman sit and talk about the old days, the way they did in 1949. Come on, boys. Oh, how I'd like to be back in the hills of Tennessee. Oh, how it'd be so fine if I could just go back to 1949. Come on, Dave. Might remember a teenage boy so wild and fancy free, who always loved guitars and country music. And I go back, would they remember me? I wonder what became of Catherine Akers, the girl who broke my heart at 17. I barely can remember what she looks like. 30 years ago she was my dream. Oh, how I'd like to be back in the hills of Tennessee. Oh, that'd be so fine if I could just go back to 1949. Come on, Crum. I spent the wide world over, that I don't recall, I didn't find. Now I'm searching pictures in my memories. Tennessee in 1949.
Tennessee. Oh, I could be so fine if I could just go back to 1949.
Come on, baby.
Just go back to 1949. Oh, that would be so fine if I could just go back to 1949.
I like that song. Me too.
Maybe that's why we do it every time.
Yep.
I got to give a shout out to Mr. Crumb, my man, Mr. Crumb. I've had the pleasure to play with him on 3 different occasions now, and he's just an absolute genius. And
Absolutely.
a really fun person to play with. I just love what he did on the ukulele. He's just got kind of this relaxed style and just stuff that kind of flows out of him, and it just sounds beautiful.
That, he really he's that way on the guitar too.
Yeah, I heard
and he's just transposed that style and that fashion of almost like that really like light-fingered gypsy jazz style, playing that really sounds easy. And it really sounds like it feels just like, it works great with bluegrass,
it only sounds easy because he makes it look easy.
Right, exactly. And he transposes it over into this into this ukulele, style stuff, and he's doing the bluegrass stuff with it, and everything he does is quite interesting. From the spoons to the saw. We had him on last Thursday. We showed a lot of stuff.
I missed the saw.
That he actually, he played Oh Holy Night on the saw.
I'll go back and watch it though.
You should. You check out last Thursday's. It's number 33 actually is Crumb's show. But he's also been on before as well. He was my second musical guest on the show. Our first live performance was actually Mr. Crumb. You can check that out as well.
Well, I've just been having a blast with that guy. So
yeah, no.
If you're listening, Mr. Crumb.
He's not.
I know. He's got better things to do.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jimmy too, by the way.
James is my man.
Also a blast.
James is my dude.
And it was just that whole night just so interesting because I had no idea how we were sounding until we played it back.
Totally.
With your mix and all that, because it just...
Well, you don't got a monitor.
Without monitor.
We were literally playing acoustic with no monitor. None of us knew how it was going to come out in the mix.
Right.
We just all kind of gathered around and plugged in and, got a little mix going and, played. And
yep.
So hopefully it sounded good all the way through, So...
Well, there were the high points and low points, but... That's the way it always is.
That's the way a jam goes, man. Sometimes they can't, like I said before, these aren't rehearsed.
No.
They're just
throw a bunch of guys together. See what comes
exactly. You throw a bunch of guys together, you jam, and that's every Thursday night right here at 8:00, you guys. So come and check that out. But there's tons, like my mom said right here, lots of talent, and there is lots of talent that comes through here. From Dave to Mr. Crumb to Mr. James Key to Mr. Bobby K on the fiddle, to as well Mr. Brandon Baker and one of
my former students.
Yeah, exactly, and to Cully, to Lee, to Lee Wortman, to a bunch of different people that I've played with. Hopefully we'll be able to get you guys in the studio and do some jamming with us on the Thursday night pretty soon as well.
For sure.
So I've been loving that. But what we're going to show you guys right now is actually the last tune we have of Dave's that we're going to show you guys. And this song is go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and
do I get to talk about it?
Why don't you go ahead and let us know what this is about? Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty long, so brace yourself for that. But it's got a lot of twists and turns. The song is called "If the Skies Be Ablaze." I can tell you why I wrote it.
Please do. That's why you're here.
The Pogues have this song called what's it called? A Pair of Brown Eyes, and the chorus goes, "On a rove and a rove and a rove and I'll go a rove and a." It's very traditional sounding and very catchy.
Okay.
Couldn't do it at Disneyland because there's lines about arms and legs being blown about and stuff like that. So
yeah.
So I wanted to write my own roving away song.
Okay.
So I wrote this one, and it changes meter in the middle. And for some reason, I can't remember how this came to be. We do 2 minutes of my favorite things as an intro.
Okay.
As in the Rodgers and Hammerstein,
I love
my
it.
favorite things. And the reason, obviously, because Coltrane did a jazzy version of that, but also Tony Rice had a version.
I love Tony Rice.
Oh yeah, and it's just killer. And I just I wanted to play that. I don't play.
Okay.
I'm not saying I play like Tony, but I wanted to give that a shot. And it was in the same key. We were able to get more or less the same feel. So it was a nice little transition from my favorite things into this tune that I wrote. And when we recorded it, we even hired a Julian Piper.
Oh, nice.
Which is you'll hear what it's sort of this kind of ethereal sound that goes between the end of my favorite things and the beginning of If the Skies Be Ablaze, which is the name of the song. And it just turned out to be an extravaganza. When we played at Disneyland, we ended almost every night with this show, because that's when we had the best audience.
Sure.
And they responded to it. And it's another tune that, once I'd come up with it, written the basics, we got together and we had a lot of fun recording it and arranging it and layering vocals and things like that, like we love to do. And so this is probably, along with The Whiskey Never Lies, one of my pride and joys.
I love it, dude.
And I did play some mandolin on this one, several guitar parts, no banjo on this. And Mike's got a lot of fiddle going, and I guess that's all I can say about it. I think you're in for a treat if you sit and listen.
Awesome. So where can everyone find your music? So what are the names of the bands, just to cover again, are Sligo Rags.
Sligo Rags,
which they can find on iTunes and anywhere they buy your music digitally.
As a matter of fact, if you go to Bandcamp right now, not right now, but when we're done here.
No. Right now.
All of our music, all Sligo Rags music, is free on Bandcamp right now.
Excellent.
Meaning you can not only can you stream it, but you can download it for free.
That's super cool.
Every tune off of all 5 of our albums.
Wow, very cool.
So just go to Bandcamp and put in a Sligo Rags search.
Excellent.
You'll find it all there. Also SligoRags.com.
And that includes the songs we heard tonight, Everest of the Climber?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Beautiful song. I'd love to go download it.
Right.
So that sounds wonderful. Okay, and then you have Flogging Seagulls as well. And they can catch you guys when we're playing.
Say that again, what?
When you're playing, they can catch you guys at different places.
Yeah, we played a lot of clubs in LA. We had a lot of summer concerts booked, and a few festivals. When we get back in action, we'll certainly let you know. But floggingseagulls.com is another place. I'm just sort of an auxiliary banjo player in that group. I've also been playing with a group called the Storytellers from time to time, and they're sort of a mostly Grateful Dead cover band. I've been playing a lot of banjo in that group, and I've been enjoying myself a great deal.
Excellent.
And then we've got our Pepperbox Lullaby.
Yes, the Pepperbox Lullaby bbluegrass stuff.
Which is shaping up to be incredible.
It is. When Bobby gets back, we'll have to put together some stuff and make sure we get not only some jam sessions in, but some Pepperbox Lullaby practices in. Start doing some digital shows, and then maybe throw out a show. Not too long from then.
I can't wait. I just basically, even though we didn't have Bobby on Thursday night, we got a pretty good feel for what Pepperbox is going to be like.
Yes, I think they did too.
It's
so
very exciting.
Absolutely, and I've been loving the project in general. I've been loving doing the jam. So I've been, I think our original music as well is some of the better stuff that I've written. As far as genres.
This man is a fabulous songwriter.
Thank you, Dave.
If you don't know that.
Appreciate that, brother.
Every song he writes is just like killer.
Dude, thank you, my brother. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That's awesome, dude. Okay, well, look, you guys, and you guys can follow Dave Burns on Facebook. Do you have an Instagram?
No, I don't.
But subscribe.
I'm an old codger.
Subscribe to him on YouTube. You can follow Dave Burns on Facebook. Just go ahead and find him on Facebook there, you guys.
Right.
And we're gonna
Sligo Rags on YouTube also.
Sligo Rags on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to Sligo Rags as well. Check out all their catalog on Bandcamp and download it for free right at the moment here.
Every one of them.
Now we're gonna go ahead and listen to If the Skies Be Ablaze.
And my favorite things to kick it off.
Here you go, you guys. If the Skies Be Ablaze by Sligo Rags, Mr. Dave Burns.
It's 6 in the morn, but there's work to be done. So on this fine dawning, I'm up with the sun, and I'm off to the sea to be stopped by no one. The time's come unwoven, so I'll be a-roving away. Away, I'm roving away. I don't care if the skies be ablaze or if they be gray. Today I'm roving away, and I'll never know my destination. It's 10 in the morning, I've scarcely been missed. I'm feeling my home disappear in the distance, and wondering if I should cease and desist. For if this be folly, I'll soon know for roving away. Away, I'm roving away, and just where I'm going, I've yet to learn ever I'll stay. Today I'm roving away, and I'll never know my destination. It's 6 in the eve and I stand at the shore, waiting for some lonesome boatman to take me aboard and to ferry me over the waves. And though I'm not moving, my thoughts have me roving away. Away, I'm roving away. I don't care if the skies be ablaze or if they be gray. Today I'm roving away, and I'll never know my destination. It's 10 in the eve and I'm crossing the waves. By midnight I'm so far from home that I gave it a thought that perhaps a mistake I had made. But such thoughts can only bring sorrow, and so I'm away. Away, I'm roving away. I don't care if the skies be ablaze or if they be gray. Today I'm roving away, and I'll never know my destination. Or if they be gray. Today I'm roving away, and I'll never know my destination. Away, away, I'm roving away. I don't care if the skies be ablaze or if they be gray. Today I'm roving away, and I'll never know my destination. Away, away, I'm roving away. I don't care if the skies be ablaze or if they be gray. Today I'm roving away, and I'll never know my destination. Away, away, I'm roving away. I don't care if the skies be ablaze or even if they be gray. away today, I'll still be roaming away, and I'll never know my destination.
That was awesome, Dave.
Thank you. I'm very proud of that.
I dig that tune, man. I really do.
Yeah, a lot of fun. We did the counter melodies in the studio, and we got the piper to play, and just layered it. It was really fun to mix down. And
Awesome, brother.
yeah, it's very gratifying to come up with an idea and just watch it just sort of blossom.
Fantastic.
In the studio.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Well, it was wonderful for me to get to show my audience your music today, and we'll see you on Thursday.
I look forward to it. It's going to be another great jam, isn't it?
Awesome. It's always wonderful to have you, Mr. Dave Burns.
You know I love you, Eddie Booz.
Love you too, my brother. So, you guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Listening Room. Why don't you guys come on back tomorrow night at 6:30? We're going to have Mr. Kyle Romero, the host of the Mind Tasting Podcast, is going to be on tomorrow night at 6:30. So come on back. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 6:30. Thanks one more time to my guest, Mr. Dave Burns.
My pleasure.
And most importantly, thanks to all of you. Congratulations one more time to you, Miguel. Have a wonderful night, you guys, and we will see you soon. Thanks for being a part of the Listening Room tonight. My name is Eddie Booz. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, and give the video a like. We'll see you guys every Monday through Friday right here at 6:30. Take care.